Good evening, good morning, whoever it is your time zone at the moment. We welcome you here to the Dean Publishing site and to all the socials here. We've got an exciting book. I know that a lot of people say, who do you write books for and what are your books for? And I think that what's so important is that books are for anybody when they're wanting to learn more, when they're wanting to make an improvement in their life or their business. And this book is exactly that. We have an amazing author with us today, and we're going to be launching a great book that is really going to make a difference to many people's lives, and I'll tell you why in a moment. So we've got Susie Raso here. Welcome to your book launch.
Hi, Susan, and thank you for having me.
So we're going to be talking so much about this book today, and like I said, just a casual conversation for people to understand what this book is about, who it's for. And you know, even if this book isn't specifically for you, sometimes it's about hearing about a book that you know you can tell other people about, because it could be something that could help them. So we're going to start. This book is called The 11 Trade Secrets, and they're amazing 11 trade secrets to creating high performance dental team. It's the end of the day, excuse my stumbling here, but 11 trade secrets to creating high performance dental teams. But it's going to help so many other people, and we're going to explain why. So first of all, high performance dental teams. Why did you want to write a book about this?
Oh, look, it had been brewing for a long time within me. I started my dental assisting career back in the 90s, and it was about how I stepped up and how I put on my big girl gloves and became the successful dental assistant that I am. And then I started working in a practice with high standards, and I'm like, wow, I was really excited to be there. Learnt a lot of trade secrets. I think what was really important, I was amongst a group of entrepreneur type, very nurturing business owners, and I upskilled, and I just needed to not replicate, but I wanted to share what I had been taught and learned throughout the whole industry. So a couple of years ago, with your lovely help, Susan, and your team at Dean Publishing, we started putting this book together, and here we are today. Very excited.
Yeah, no, that's good. And I think what's so great is that, what people don't understand is when you start at, on the ground level and you're amongst all of it, like you're the assistant, but you're working with the clients, you're working with the staff, the team, you're also working with the dentists and the owners of the business. And we've got to be innovative, whether we're a dentist, a doctor, or any allied professional. I think what today is so important is if you don't have that, professional and high level practice, people will find somewhere else to go. So just because you are an allied health professional or a dentist, it doesn't mean that you can't still, that you shouldn't still, be providing services of high standard and have happy teams, be happy yourself, and have happy customers. So I love that you've, brought all your knowledge together so that you can help, other business owners, other dentists to run, high level practices. And I'm sure you learned some stuff yourself, and you've learned from people that you've worked with. So, moving on to that, who this book is for is obviously some dental teams. But tell me, like I said, who's this book for, but who's going to benefit, not just the business owner, who else?
Yeah, you actually made a really good, valid point. Allied health, definitely, even though it's dental focus, it can be transferred into allied health because, we refer to each other. We share the same patients, whether it's a medical practitioner, chiropractor, depending on what the situation is. And I think with me, having journeyed through all different dental positions, a hygiene coordinator, a clinical coordinator, and a front desk coordinator, it gave me a lot of exposure to the different dynamics from business operations, being cross-trained, and also building relationships with allied health people too. So the book is aimed at dental practice owners who want to grow their practice or take their practice to the next level. But not only that, it's also to help the practice manager. Like, I was a practice manager who just got thrown into the job role. So I had the great skills and knowledge, but I was either going to get gobbled up or turn purple. It's okay. No, it's either going to get gobbled up or you know, it was a swim or drown scenario. So I journeyed through all these strategies that I put in place, and it will help any practice manager or even a dental assistant that wants to grow into growing the dental career, grow their dental career, become, you know, a clinical coordinator or step up to a practice manager and so forth.
Yep, yeah, beautiful.
So these tips and tricks, these tips and tricks will definitely help them save their sweat rather than go through what I went through, which I don't regret for 1 minute. Yeah.
Beautiful. So yes, you have turned a beautiful colour of purple and some great lipstick there. I don't know how you did it, but it was pretty magical and on time. So I don't know whether you can adjust that while we're talking or what's happened, but that's okay. We can still see you. You've got beautiful purple around you, and as long as we're getting the content, we're still all good to go. So what I love about what you said is that this is a book that not only should all dental practices purchase for their team, for sure, and also other allied practitioners that can learn all of these 11 trade secrets. But like they always say, you know, it's people that learn from the ground up that can give us the best knowledge, because you've got your, you know, you've kind of worked, like you said, through every part of it, that your knowledge is not just based in one position. It's based from, you know, multiple different, you know, positions that you've held within that dental practice. And of course, you know, why you've got the amazing name, the Dental Concierge. And I know that people can contact you at thedentalconcierge.org, which is great for you to be able to come and, you know, do some work. You know, what are, you know, the dental practice is going to get out of this book? You know, when you talk about 11 trade secrets, what are they going to get out of it? I can tell you one thing, because I'm going to do one thing that I know, because a lot of books will do this, but this book definitely is. You're going to reduce their stress, right?
Oh, 100%. So the idea is for them to you know, we're all individuals, especially dentists. They're human beings as well. So they've got family, and they, you know, they have sports and activities. They have a life outside of what they do. And I think, you know, their main focus is looking after the patient and wanting to focus on doing a great job for that patient. You know, there's a lot of anxious people that come to a dental practice or any, you know, allied health setting. So the book will help the auxiliary staff and practice managers help that dentist they'll take that stress away from that dentist, because they will be able to work autonomously. You know, it's just a quick guide, and they'll be able to get tips and tricks from that book that will that if they implement it and be consistent with what they're doing, they will see the results. So I think in the turnaround of that, the dentist will develop a trusting relationship with their teams, and the team, you know, therefore bigger picture, will run the practice on their own, more or less. They'll be definitely a lot happier too.
Yeah, I think knowledge is power. And when you can have somebody put it in, what I love is a nice, this is a nice book to read. It's not too big. It's jam-packed with knowledge and lots of tips and tricks and areas where, there's problem solving, but there's also, sections where, it's getting the reader to actually stop and reflect and make some notes themselves, do some activities and throughout the book, which I think is really handy. And, really, even though it is a small book, it's a beautiful compact book, which doesn't make it overwhelming, but it's very succinct and it's very on point. And every single one of those trade secrets is imperative to having that whole holistic approach, which is amazing. So I think anybody that's a dental practice or any of, people that, go to a dentist and go, they could improve a little bit, maybe can suggest that they buy this book. But I know that for now, just for the launch for the next 48 hours, we've also got a special offer for people to purchase the book, because as I said, there's still some amazing trade secrets that I think any allied professional and even businesses can learn a lot from in general. So I think that Susie's generously reduced the price for just 48 hours for people to jump on and grab a Kindle copy of the book. If you love it, read it through, do some reviews as well. But, tell me a little bit about the Dental Concierge before we finish up on, when people read this book, if they see great value and they themselves want someone else to support them, tell me about how you can support them beyond this book inside of their practice.
Oh, for sure. So with the Dental Concierge, we offer a lot of coaching and practice consulting. Focus is definitely team-based, but streamlining front operations, front of house operations and the clinical operations, creating a seamless workflow where the patient will have, the staff will come to work happy, but also, know what to do. You keep it simple and the patient will have a pleasant experience. I think once you get that patient that has that pleasant experience, ching, ching, you get that referral program going.
Yeah, beautiful. So being able for you, they can contact you on the Dental Concierge and you can actually go in and, work with these dental practices to implement these trade secrets and really take their business, to the next level, which is amazing. And, I think, I'm sure that you'll turn up and you won't be purple, right? You won't be purple.
No. I feel like I'm Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory right now, but that's all right. I definitely won't be purple.
And I think, the funny thing is too, that it is, it's technology, isn't it? Sometimes things change and that's what it's all about, is just going with the flow and seeing what it is that, we can do, the perks of going live launch rather than stopping it halfway. So I think that we've got a lot of the information out and you still look glorious no matter if you are that, purple person, but yes, I think what's important is, you're being able to go in, help these practices to deliver, to take the stress away from the staff, from the people in these management positions. And, again, it affects the bottom line, but it also affects our way that we work within an organization like a dental practice where everyone's happy, including the clients that come in. So, is there anything else you want to leave the listeners with today before they can jump on and grab your book?
By all means, it's a quick read. I think the book is a real fun read, actually. It's got some great interactive pieces in there that you can share with your team. Give it a go, reach out, send me some love and feedback. I'd love to write my next book, which I don't know what that is yet, but, definitely won't be purple. And, this is a classic example of, the haggles that happen. So rest assured everything is okay with the Dental Concierge.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. It's this how you roll and how you flow, because there's always going to be hiccups along the way in a business. But if you've got some of those things in order, like you talk about in your book, it can make everything seem effortless. So thanks so much for launching the book with us. The 11 trade secrets to creating high performance dental teams. I know that I'm going to be recommending it to my dentist and to many people out there. Grab your copy, read through it, give some love to Susie, and thanks so much for launching your book with us.
Thank you, Susan, and thank you to the team at Dean Publishing.
Thanks so much. Bye.
See you later.